Kiddies, welcome back to Annabbin Kidz channel. So this story is a part 2 of this episode. The previous video, if you may go back to the previous video, and if you have seen that, you have to see it, okay? The previous video, I actually showed the first part of the haunted house, like not the first part, the first chapter. But this time, I'll be telling the second chapter. Actually, in the contents there are 5 chapters, so now I'll be telling the ghost story and the ghost friend, and it's all the silver bracelet. So which one do you want? Do you want the ghost story or the ghost friend or the silver bracelet? Okay, let's start with the silver bracelet. That's really interesting. Ooh, spooky. So let's take the page number. Where is the silver bracelet? Where is the silver bracelet? Come. Yeah, the silver bracelet. Once there was a woman who stayed alone. She was incredibly beautiful and looked stunning in the black gown she always wore. Her name was Grace. So there was a woman who stayed alone. She had no one. Okay, so she was really pretty and beautiful, and she looked stunning, like she was really beautiful in a black gown that she never took it off and wore it all day. And her name was Grace. That lady's name is Grace. Okay, she used to wear a silver bracelet around her wrist and never took it off. And this lady named Grace, she always had a silver bracelet around her wrist, like she never took it off, not even while sleeping. Mainly when we are sleeping, we take our gadgets off, like our mobile phones or watches or spectacles and all. We take it off and then we off to bed, sleep. Yeah, right? But this lady, she's different from all of us. She never took the bracelet off. She never took her accessories also off, even while sleeping. She always wore she always wore the same black gown every day. Okay? Then one day a man called Ray knocked at her door. He had lost his way. The woman opened the door. The moment Ray saw the beautiful lady, he fell in love with her. Since then, he began to visit her every day. So one day, there's a man called Ray who knocked at the door because he was lost while he was traveling. Then that lady, the Grace, she opened the door. The moment the Ray saw the lady Grace, he fell in love with her. So since from onwards, from that day itself, he began to visit her every day. Okay, like visiting every day. So after a few months, Ray asked her, "Will you marry me, Grace?" That guy, he asked, "Will you marry me, Grace?" Grace agreed, and soon they were married. Both loved each other's company. So they got married. This Ray guy, he asked, "Will you marry me, Grace?" And she told, Of course, I'll certainly marry you." So they both married. Then they both loved each other's company. Yeah. So one day, Ray said to Grace, "Why don't you ever take off the bracelet? What is so special about it? You're wearing it even while you sleep." So this Ray asked Grace, "Why don't you take off your bracelet? Every time I see you, you're always wearing the bracelet while you're sleeping." Okay, so what's so special about it? Nothing is special about it. It's just a bracelet. It's just an ordinary bracelet. You don't wear it while you're sleeping. Huh. There should be some reason about it, right? Okay. Then Grace refused to be a part with it. Then when he told this to Grace, this lady, his wife Grace, she ignored it. She didn't even listen. Suppose our friends or anyone, relatives are telling, "Go get the tiffin, go eat your lunch." We'll be like, we'll pretend that we didn't hear this thing, what happened. Like when suppose like a parent say, "Can you pick that for me?" We suddenly go pick. Some kids, not some kids, some people, when their parents tell, like, can you do this, can you wash the dishes? Then finally, what did you say? You didn't say anything. Okay, bye. They'll be like that. Same like that, she ignored his sentence. Okay, the next morning, you would then Grace refused to be a part with it. You would regret if I take off my bracelet. She said, you would pay for this if you take off my bracelet. She said mysteriously. She was like, you will regret once if you take off my bracelet from my hand. And then went off to sleep. Ray found her reply very strange. Ray was like, what? Then, but he did not he ignored that little text or the sentence. You will regret it once you take off the bracelet from my hand. Yeah, he ignored that sentence. Then the next morning, again he woke up. He couldn't get that bracelet, silver bracelet, which was in Grace's hand. He couldn't get that off his mind. So one time, one last night, when Grace was really in a deep sleep, this guy, her husband, he took it off the bracelet from her hand, and that time itself, this Grace, his wife, turned into dust and was turned into dust, and then she disappeared in thin air. She's like, then this Ray, I know this story because I've read it to my bro, so I'll tell you. So he told them, my love, where did you go? I shouldn't have taken off that bracelet. He started to cry, and that time that dust, that Grace dust, who turned into a dust, so she's probably a Grace dust. Yeah, whatever it is. Yeah, that Grace told that, I told you, my darling, to never take off the bracelet from my hand, and you will regret it. Then after that itself, he knew what to do. So he took the bracelet and kept it on the dust, like the Grace dust. Yeah, he kept it over there, and suddenly she turned back into her old body. Yeah, same human itself, same form. Then they lived happily ever after and never took off the bracelet again. Interesting, a bit fast. Now I will tell you the other story. Which one do you want? Do you want the ghost story or the ghost friend? Okay, I'll start with the ghost friend. Okay. So little kiddies or fillies, listen carefully to the story. So the ghost friend. Okay, there was 3 girls. Their name was Emma, Pamela, and Rosie. Rosie was not that brilliant. She used to be a little dumb. She didn't know that much of. She was not that much expert in studies. But this Emma and Pamela, they were always top the class, first rank. They both same time itself, first rank. They were really they used to bully her during the lunch time and all, but Rosie, she always felt sad because she didn't get enough time to spend with Emma and Pamela. She couldn't even eat her lunch with them. They started always bullying her in lunch break. So one time, Rosie, she went to the restroom or the washroom, okay, to wash her hands after her lunch. So that time she heard one noise. It was like a crying sound. Someone was crying inside the restroom or the washroom. So when she looked all the doors, finally she came to the last door. She saw a ghost sitting and crying. She was also crying, and the ghost was like, I have no friends. No one wants to be friends with me because I'm a ghost. So that time itself, when she heard that, Rosie got scared. Oh my god, who are you? I'm going. Then that ghost was like, wait, don't go. I won't hurt you. I'm not that kind of meanie ghost. My name is Maria. My name is Anne Maria. Yeah, the ghost's name was Maria. So Rosie was like, I know how that feels to be lonely. Even I don't have friends. So Rosie told, shall we become friends? Well, let's be friends. They started having dinner, like lunch together in breaks, but no one could see that Maria, that ghost friend of Rosie's, like she was invisible because she is a ghost. Only Rosie could see her. So one time, this Emma and Pamela got jealous because she is really happy most of the days. Every day she was happy from that day onwards when she met that ghost friend of hers. So they couldn't see her any friend with her. So they told, maybe she's crazy. Let's do a prank on her. So they did a prank, like when after lunch, Maria went back to her class or whatever it is, like went back to her own place, and Rosie came to the class. She was about to fall. That time itself, Maria came and holded her. Like you know how she was about to fall, like Emma's leg, she kept it on the floor like this, like we are about to trip and fall, like that she was about to trip and fall. But suddenly itself Maria came and holded her, but they couldn't see who was helping her. So again Emma and Pamela go, ugh, she never learned. We'll teach her a hard lesson. So this Emma and Pamela told like that, okay? Then the next day, Emma bought a bottle of oil. She kept it, like she poured it on the floor so that Rosie would trip and fall. Okay. So then after that, Rosie came into the class suddenly. She was about to fall. Like no, slow motion. Then that time itself, swoosh, Maria came. Rescue! I am here to rescue my trio BFFs. Don't worry, Super Maria to the rescue! Dun 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 dun. Like that she came. She helped. Then she helped Rosie. She didn't trip and fall. Then then Emma and Pamela. Oh my gosh! Then the next day, the exams came, and Rosie told them, Emma and Pamela told them, we'll again top the class and you will fail. Rosie and Emma and Pamela told like that to Rosie. So they wrote the exam, okay, and the next day itself, this Emma and Pamela, they were on the last grade, okay, and Rosie was the toppest. She got the first rank because she has been having a study, like she was studying with her ghost friend Maria. So that time itself she got the first rank, and they were jealous of her. Then they were ashamed. They kept their heads down. Like when we are getting ashamed, we keep our heads down like this. Oh no, I feel so bad. So like that itself, Emma and Pamela felt, and they told to Rosie, I'm sorry, can we be friends? Like that. Then they became best friends. Then they started to eat lunch together. Sorry, not eat. Yeah, eat. Yeah. So comment down below, which story did you like? Did you like the Silver Bracelet or the ghost friend? And one more, I'll tell you the ghost story. Okay, so let's start the ghost story. There was a book which is kept in the school library for many years. No one has ever even touched that book or borrowed that book for many years because it's titled Ghost Story. So one day there was a girl named Emily. Here she came to borrow a science book because for her science project. She looked in every shelf, finally got her book, the book she wanted for doing her science project. Okay. So that beside that itself, the title Ghost Story book was there. She didn't know about the haunted story and all. Yeah. So she didn't know about that story. So she just took it. She said, maybe I can read this book after I finish my projects, and after finishing my projects, I'll read this book. So that's right. She borrowed that book. She borrowed two of them, science book and that ghost story title book. She borrowed that. So at night she came home, Then while she was doing her project, she told the whole story to her mom. Like, Mom, I borrowed this book, like blah, 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 like that she told. Okay, after she finished her project at midnight, this lady, like not this lady, this girl, Emily, she opened the book, surprised to see the shock on her face. She was like, what? What? OMW. Oh my word. She was like that. Oh my word. What is that? The surprise thing was like, when she opened the book, no pages, everything was blank, like nothing was written in them, but except one title appeared, Time to Go Missing, like that. Okay. So, like, it was written in a featherish pen. I'll show you. Wait. Like this, 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 like this. Let's see. I'll make it fast. It was like written in this quill. It's not kind of that, but I don't know if it is realistic. So if you like this pen, comment down below, okay? If you like this pen. Okay? It's black ink. It's easy how to make. It's really easy. Okay? I'll show you in the next video how to make this pen, okay? So it was written in a quill. Yeah. It was written, Time to Go Missing. That time, poof, vanished into thin air. Then the next day, another girl borrowed that book. Like that book was flying on its own to the own place where it was kept before itself. Another boy borrowed that fatty little boy. He borrowed that book. Then he also got missing. He also got the same text. He also got missing. Then the other girl also bought the book. She was also gone missing. The three kids' parents, they were really worried about them. So the three kids' parents went to school and talked to the principal. Emily's mother told, my daughter has been missing for 2 days, past 2 days. She's not anywhere. I searched the whole area. She's not anywhere. She's not even there in her bedroom also. Yeah, Emily's mother told like that, okay? Then what happened is, then suddenly itself Emily's mother remembered that she was talking about something, ghost story, something she was telling like that. Emily's mother told to the principal. Then it's at the right librarian immediately got it on her mind. Poof! Chill out. Like that, okay? Oh my gosh, did she borrow that book? Oh no, it's really dangerous. It's really dangerous, said the librarian, okay? Then that moment itself, her Emily's mom, she lit this book, like this is anyway, it's a ghost story title. She lit that book on fire and 3 kids came back. It was fast though. So comment down below which is your favorite story. Is it the haunted house, or is it the silver bracelet, or is it the ghost friend, or is it the ghost story? And do you like this? Comment down below. Okay? This quill. I will do it like that. I'll write it to you. Wait. I'll write it in this old book. Wait. I'll show you how it works. Kind of works. Tear a piece of paper from that. I'll show you how it works. Going. Oh, clean paper. So I'll write my name. Wow, it totally works. Wow. See guys, it's black ink. It's written Anne Maria Siza. My own name. Off you go into the dustbin. Shoo. So if you like this pen, comment down below. I will post a video how to make this, okay? So it'll be really easy. Only one paper is enough. So if you like this video, so don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment down below. So guys, bye and till next for the part 3 story. Okay? Bye! Bye, kiddies! Bye! See you in the next episode. Bye!